This will be my Nico Minoru gameplay breakdown at max level. If you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content, and I'll start off by going over her maximum friendship level bonus, which is 33% chance to draw a card when a Nico card is played. So now I'll go over all her cards. So Nico's kind of kit involves kind of like a RNG aspect, meaning that it's kind of like random. And she has like a roulette ability to apply different statuses and stuff like that. So starting with Blood Magic, apply 2 Blood Magic, counter, fast, or strengthened to Nico Minoru or an ally selected randomly when drawn, and it gives you +2 heroism, and then upgraded, you also draw one of their respective cards. And then next one is Curse, which has a base damage of 66. It applies stun, 1 marked, 1 vulnerable, or 1 weak, which is selected randomly when drawn. And then upgraded is it applies 2 marked, 2 vulnerable, or 2 weak, selected randomly when drawn. And now Empower, so change the cost of all heroic cards in your hand to 0 until the end of turn, and then upgraded is you also draw a heroic card. This is one of the best cards in the game, even just outside of Nico in my opinion. And then Swarm, it does X damage, which is either 133, 266, or 332, and it's selected randomly when drawn. And then upgraded, it also adds 399 damage as a chance of it being when drawn. And then Blood for Blood has a base damage of 199. On KO, restore 133 health to Nico or an ally selected randomly. And then upgraded, it's restoring 266 health. And then restore all health, but it's exhausted. And then if target has less than 50% HP, you do not discard the card. And now Witchfire, so it has 266 base damage, damages a random enemy. On KO, you recast Witchfire, which with a maximum of 1 recast. And then upgraded, it makes it so it's actually a maximum of 3 recasts if it KOs the enemy. Now double up, generate a copy of each attack, skill, or heroic in your hand, selected randomly when drawn, and then it's exhausted. And then upgraded, it's not exhausted. So this is also one of the better cards in the game outside of Nico Minoru as well. And then Witch Storm, so it costs 3 heroism, has a base damage of 99, and target an enemy, damage them or random enemies nearby 4 times. And then upgraded, it only costs 2 heroism instead of 3. And then finally, her legendary card, Crack the Sky, which costs X heroism with 133 damage, and it consumes all heroism to damage random enemies X times, so 1 for each heroism. And then on KO, you gain 1 heroism. And then upgraded, it increases the damage to 199, so it attacks X amount of enemies depending on how much heroism you have, and then for each KO, you gain 1 heroism. So now I'll go over how I built my deck and the recommended mods. So like I said, Nico has a lot of randomness to her kit, but she's also a really good support. So I think the double up and the empower allow her to be a really, really good support, as well as a good damage dealer with stuff like Crack the Sky. And Witchfire, even though it is pretty random, Witchfire can come in clutch if it KOs someone, and then it can recast up to 3 times. Witchfire can come in clutch. So I have Blood for Blood, and the mod I have for Blood is apply 1 bleed. And then Witchfire Plus, I have 50% chance to apply 1 bleed. Double up on redraw plus 1 heroism. Empower on redraw gains 66 block. Crack the Sky, I do not have any mod on it yet because it costs a lot of legendary resources to upgrade every single legendary card and then mod it as well. Swarm, on the mod I have, is on KO, draw a card. Witch Storm, I have 50% chance to apply 1 marked. And then a secondary Witch Storm, I have draw a card. So as far as the recommended mods go, I recommend trying to go with Quick, Strengthened, which increases your offense, Marked, which once you apply Marked to an enemy, once you kill them, you get a refunded card play, Draw a card, Bleed, which you see I have on some of these, so Bleed damages them at the end of turn, Recover health or block, or increased heroism gain. That's usually how I go for mods. Now, some mods aren't available for every single card, like Quick. Quick I've only seen as a card reward, a mod on a card reward from a Gamma Coil. I haven't been able to manually put Quick on one yet using like the manually applied mods. I could be wrong, it could just be a very rare occurrence, but I have not been able to do that with Quick yet. So Quick is probably the most important one you want to try and get, because obviously Quick refunds a card play on KO when you use a card that has Quick. Everything else is just how I recommend: strengthened, marked, draw a card, bleed, recover health or block, or increased heroism gain. So comment down below how you might build your Nico Minoru. I kind of built it as a support, but also she has very good offensive capabilities in Crack the Sky. And then Witchfire, if you're dealing with weaker enemies, it can take out a big group of weaker enemies as well, or enemies that are about to die. If you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content, and I appreciate you for watching the video.